I've hit rock bottom before. And I wouldn't say it was rock bottom that was my turning point. For me, sometimes I don't hear and I don't feel, and I have to hear and feel a couple of times. Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Edlin France, the reality check coach. Today, I want to talk about the 5 habits that I incorporated into my life that changed my life. These are the 5 steps that for me really helped me to change just my whole outlook at my life now. The way I look at my life now is not the way I looked at it before. And these 5 things really helped me. So I want to share them with you and hopefully it helps you. I don't know. Look, I always say not all advice is for everybody. And I don't necessarily have advice. I just have information that I know works for me. And I want to share it with you guys. So yeah, when it comes to changing your life, and that's what I had to do, I've hit rock bottom before. And I wouldn't say it was rock bottom that was my turning point. For me, sometimes I don't hear and I don't feel, and I have to hear and feel a couple of times. But when I was finally ready to change my life and to reclaim myself and to just live differently, I realized that I needed to implement new ways for me to be able to change my life. And when I say new ways, it's because these things that I'm going to share, it's not something you do here and there. It's a new lifestyle. And that's how you have to think when you want to change your life or you want to do something different or you want to evolve or grow. You have to understand that it's not a temporary fix. It's a lifestyle change. Step 1, which is huge and really, really makes an impact in so many areas of your life, is learning to cut ties with toxic relationships sooner rather than later. And when it comes to toxic relationships, it could be any relationship. It could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, mother, grandmama. I don't care. If a relationship in your life is not serving you and it's causing harm, no relationship should impact you in a way that disrupts your life. And the reason why I'm saying get rid of toxic relationships and not get rid of toxic people is because I don't always believe that people and relationships are the same. The relationship takes 2. Getting rid of a toxic person, that's a whole nother situation. We really need to be able to discern good from bad when it comes to people, especially nowadays, because there's a lot of evil. So don't even waste your time. Understand to accept red flags. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. But when it comes to relationships, sometimes you might have to distance yourself from people and reevaluate yourself so maybe you can get back together and the relationship can be more positive. It doesn't always have to be a goodbye forever. Sometimes it's just a goodbye for now, see you later. Because toxic relationships take 2 people. And sometimes when you remove yourself, you might be able to work on yourself and realize a few things about yourself that impacted that relationship. And you might be able to go back to it with a new, fresher outlook and be able to deal with situations that you weren't able to deal with before. And also taking a step back and realizing that maybe that person isn't for you. Maybe it is a person. And maybe realizing that that relationship doesn't serve you anymore and you can't be around it and you just have to maybe love from afar. Not everyone you love must be up close and personal in your life. It's not the case. And people do come into your life for a season and a reason. Not everyone is meant to stay. Now, granted, when it comes to family, that takes a lot more work. And I definitely think try absolutely everything to fix those relationships and never ever leave those relationships for good. Maybe love them from afar and check in from time to time. But if it's impacting your peace, really disrupting your life and not allow you to reach your goals, it's not worth it. It really isn't, because life is short. Life is short. And whenever I watch anything or speak to anyone who's worked with people who are dying, I have a cousin who works in the hospital and she sees death all the time. And people often regret spending their time doing things that didn't serve them, spending their time with people that they shouldn't. They always say at the end that they wish that they loved more, they were bold enough to make those moves, they lived true to themselves. So don't waste your time with toxic people. That's time wasting. And if you're anything like me and you're an empath, you can take a lot of people's energy. So, for example, my ex partner, he would have a lot of moods, and I would take that on. As soon as I saw him and I saw his face and I saw how he was, that's it. Like, I'm now uneasy. I'm now just overthinking. And maybe it's because I wasn't secure in the relationship, but I can feel the weight of people, and it really is, it's heavy on me. It's heavy. So I don't like to spend my time around anyone who has heavy energy, anyone who's negative and miserable and isn't doing the work on themselves to be better. Anyone that doesn't have a mindset of, I want to be the best version of myself, I tend to not hang around them. I tend to just, that's not for me. Obviously, I haven't really delved into my past relationship. And like I said, I'm not really sure how I'm going to delve into it, but that is a story to tell. That was 10 years of my life. So there's a really huge story to tell there. It is still something that I'm dealing with in terms of moving on from fully, and not because I want to go there or nothing. No, 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 no. We've been there and done that. We've done the back and forth. It's just, I guess, how to talk about it, because I respect him as a human being and someone that I spent 10 years of my life with, even though I don't respect him as my partner anymore. But removing that relationship, oh my God, changed my life, changed my life. And it took some time. It was a back and forth for several years. And it was toxic. And it was toxic because the both of us. That's not to say one person wasn't more to blame than another. That's not to say that, because there definitely was. But the relationship was toxic as a whole. Because when you decide to stay in something that isn't serving you, you're now to blame as well. Because guess what? Unless you're being forced there and tied down and handcuffed, this sounds like something else. But in case you're being, unless you're being all of those things, unless you're being forced to be there, you take on the responsibility of participating in that toxic relationship. We live on a plane where it's full of energy. If you don't know that, get to know it's all energy. I am energy, your energy. Everything around us is energy. And when you're in a relationship and it's not working, and you're going through all these troubles and strife and a lot of anger, all this is energy that's being released, and it can impact so many areas of your life. And it's so interesting. For some reason, I don't know if this is for everybody, but when I was in a relationship that wasn't working, I didn't have the same drive. I didn't have the same motivation to get up and go. And I'm a very get up and go person. Like I always say, action, go, move. I could see the life that I wanted, but I couldn't even go there. And even when we were quote unquote good, I felt like I couldn't have the life that I wanted with that particular situation, because I think I was just always waiting for the ball to drop. I was always waiting for the next issue, the next problem. It was more so of a waiting and a dodging game than a walking towards our goals game. And I think that's another reason why we just really couldn't work. Not being on the same page with someone, there's just no point. You can't be friends with someone, you can't be in a relationship with someone, you can't walk with someone, as the Bible says, unless you are evenly yoked. It just doesn't make sense. You have to be on the same wavelength, on the same frequency. And another thing being in that relationship did was give me additional negative self-talk. I already have that negative self-talk, but it gave me additional, because I knew I was doing something I shouldn't. I knew I was around someone I shouldn't be. I knew I was compromising my morals, compromising my boundaries by being around this person, because so many things had transpired that went against what I believe in. Why did I stay in something that went against so much of what I believe in? And I think that's why it took me a while to become a professional life coach, even though that's something I've wanted to do for so long. It took me a while to start this YouTube channel, even though it's something I've wanted to do for so long, because I knew I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't being real. I knew I wasn't being true to myself. That self-talk, although it can be very negative, for once it was right. Do you know what I mean? Reality check. Blocking people isn't petty, it's protection. Protect your peace, period. The second habit I introduced into my life that changed my life, in fact, and this is probably the biggest, is asking God to take the wheel. Like literally, God, take the wheel. Is there a song? I feel like there's a song. God, take the wheel. If not, I'm gonna write that. There's a scripture in Galatians that says, Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are plainly seen, and they are sexual immorality, uncleanliness, brazen conduct, idolatry, spiritism, hostility, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, wild parties, and things like these. Those who practice such things will not inherit God's kingdom. Yeah. I think when the realization came that I tick so many of those boxes, whoa, that's when you're like, wow, okay, you think you're a good person and you think you're doing what should be done. And I pray every day, multiple times a day, in fact, but nearly all of those things I'm doing. And I honestly believe that my life is going to be a positive one. And the Bible also says, don't watch the people who are doing bad and appear to have a fabulous life. It will catch up, Diddy. Just saying. And that's just one example. It will catch up. Do not worry. So, although I may not appear to have a terrible life in terms of, I was blessed, I had a roof, I had food, I had everything, like God was still blessing me. But I want to be righteously blessed. I want to be blessed to the core. I want to be blessed after life also. Knowing that nearly all of those things I could relate to, that's an issue. That's scary because it makes you realize that we live in a world where a lot of those things are okay. This is what is happening nowadays. This is people's lives every week getting drunk, every week having arguments, having toxic relationships, fighting with their partners, swearing. All of this stuff is off. This is a frequent lifestyle in 2024. Sexual immorality. I mean, come on. How easy is it to have sex these days? I can literally pick up my phone now, download an app, and I can have sex in about 2 hours. Easy. That's quite scary. Like I said earlier, we live in a world where it's all energy, 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 energy. And that constant anger, constant sin, constant sexual immorality, constant drunkenness. I was drinking a lot when I was going through that relationship. It was my coping mechanism. And all of that brings on an energy that stays with you, and it blocks your blessings. It really does. And it weakens you, it weakens your true self and who you're really meant to be. And that's what the devil wants. If you're not being who you're meant to be and living in your truth and being the best version of yourself, you're going to be doing all these other things that just fuel this negative world that we live in. Don't be too worldly. Don't get involved with worldly things. I'm telling you, I know we're in 2024, but don't lose that. Let's not lose all that is godly and all that is good. Let's not. Come on, guys. Like, the world is turning right now, and I want to save as many of you as I can. Not that I'm completely saved, because I'm not. I'm such a work in progress. But there's certain things I'm never going to do again. And I'm also going to now make sure that I am leaning on the Most High in my life. Not just prayer, but actually doing things that I'm meant to do. Because I've been praying multiple times a day for years. But it's not just about prayer, it's actually about living in that. It's about praising, it's about preaching the word, it's about going and congregating with others who also believe. It's about putting your faith into the Most High and releasing that worry and trusting the Most High. And in return, what do you get? You get peace. Trust me, you get peace. You get confidence. You get that assurance that you're going to be covered and loved and looked after. And that has truly, truly changed my life. When you walk through life knowing that you've got God, I don't need validation from no one. You think I care about anything that anyone has to say? I don't care. God will judge me. No one else can. Number 3 is no more mental junk food. Now, these habits are really habiting because these are literally things you have to do every day. These have to be part of your life. They have to be lifestyle changes. Now, when it comes to no more mental junk food, what that means is getting rid of the news feed, negative pages on social media. Like, you have to be so mindful about what you let your brain consume. You have to be so mindful about what you see, what you watch. It changes so many things. It changes your views, opinions, the way you talk. I remember there was a period in my life where I would be watching Bad Girls Club. The way I was speaking, you'd think I was from the hood. I'm from Luton. Okay, we're far from the hood. Like, you would actually think I'm not from where I'm from because it changes the way you speak, your vocabulary. I'm not the most eloquent person. I'm definitely well educated and I'm smart. I remember I used to watch the news so often, like every morning I would turn on the news, get ready for work. This is when I was back in corporate. And it just got to a point where I just felt so ooh, angsty. I felt angsty a lot of the time. And I was so worried about things that were going on in the world. The news is very negative, and when you surround yourself with negativity, it weighs on you, it plays on your mind, you become negative. Look, you are a product of your environment, and that includes what you consume mentally. And with social media, right now, this is month 2 of my social media detox. I've been working on myself for a little while. I wanted to study and become a professional life coach. I wanted to heal myself from my breakup. I wanted to lose weight and get healthier, get closer to God. So I just wanted to take, because social media is a distraction. So I wanted to take that distraction away and focus. Because for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, you get on your phone and you're scrolling for how long? Oh my God, the time that will pass, and you're just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. How many times have you picked up your phone and you wanted to send a message or you wanted to do something specific and you ended up scrolling for 20 minutes? That's not normal. That's 20 minutes that could have been put into something so much more substantial, into something that would have bared a fruit of some sort. And instead, it's gone to your mind just being consumed by people telling you, you better leave your man if he da 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 da, and to stupid podcasts asking who should pay at dinner. In 2024, we're still asking the same damn questions. Like, so yeah, my detox has been amazing. Don't get me wrong, because I've started this YouTube channel, I've got a separate Instagram page for this. But even with that page, I'm so intentional about who I follow. I only follow positive pages, only follow positive things. I don't follow anybody or anything that has any ounce of negativity or any ounce of judgment or any ounce of anything. No, I don't. Not for me. Because it's so positive and because we are human beings and, we love a drama, I open it up because of habit and I go on there and get all the positive quotes and nice positivity, and that's it. And I'm done. And it goes down because there's no drama trying to keep me there and more drama. And then I start to research the drama. And then I look for the pages or the people who are involved in the drama. None of that. I think it's really important to be up to date with what's going on in the world. We live in the world. We should know what's kind of going on. I think it's really good just to skim through news and to just keep yourself informed. But I just think we have to remember that the news is controlled. Yeah, it's controlled. I'm not going to get into that too much right now because I think that's for another day. But it's controlled. What we see is what they want us to see. So you have to bear that in mind. And then social media, well, that's just a whole nother beast on its own. So just be mindful with these things. Replace it with books if that's something that you enjoy. If you enjoy reading, read more. Podcasts, informational shows, documentaries, YouTube channels that give you information that you replace it with something that's giving you something a little bit more than a little kiki with your bestie. Social media should be a positive place for you and your friends and to see new ventures and new adventures, and keeping up with friends and family and people that you work with and stuff like that, associates. But it's not that. We all know it's not that. And it's actually quite a negative place because you can imagine how many people you follow or follow you. And 9 times out of 10, these people won't support you. 9 times out of 10, these people won't even like your pictures. So it's not this positive place. And you have to be aware of that when you're using social media. Otherwise, it can affect you. There's a lot of people that post something and wait for likes. They wait for likes. They wait. If they don't get the amount that they want or anything like that, it affects them. that's because they actually think that social media has any merit on the truth of who they are, and it doesn't. That's when it can be very harmful to you. So, from mental junk food to actual junk food, number 4 is health and fitness goals. It's so imperative to have a habit of being mindful of your health and fitness. That needs to be part of your lifestyle. That needs to be part of your routine every day. Reality check. It's not a phase, it's a lifestyle change. So I have been on a health and fitness journey for some time now. I would say a year, but only really getting serious in August. We're now in November. So between August and November, I've lost 19 pounds, which is amazing. And I'm still going because this is not, okay, 19 pounds, let me chill. No, I've still got a long way to go to get to the place that I want to get to. And yes, I want to be slimmer. I'm never going to be slim. That's not me. That's not who I want to be. I'm always going to be thick or slim thick or just have a little something. But it's actually a bonus of health. As some of you may know, I suffered with Graves' disease. Health has been a really important thing for me because I actually read this book that told me it's all about food. It was actually written by a doctor, and the doctor basically said, forget what the doctors say, it's all about food. And that's because a lot of doctors don't tell you that it's about food. I went to the hospital for years because I suffered with this on and off for years. And I would bring up food. Oh, yeah, just take this medicine. Oh, yeah, just take this medicine. So for me, health has been so big because I never want to have Graves' disease again. I never want to be ill again. It's not fun. It's not the life that I want. I don't want to be sick. So I understand that health and what you put into your body is so important. So for me, the weight part is a bonus. Yes, it's what I want, but it's a bonus because that is not the main focus. The main focus for me is health. A lot of young people are getting cancer these days. A lot of young people are having heart attacks. A lot of young people are getting dementia super early or even menopause early. These things are real. They're real. So health has to be a big part of your routine, a big part of your habits. Nowadays, I don't eat with taste in mind. And look, I'm not saying that I don't, make my food taste good because obviously I do, and I enjoy cooking. But I can have a bowl of soup that is just broth and a little bit of this for this one meal. That's not exactly the most flavorful, but it's giving me all the nutrients and everything that I need. I can sacrifice taste buds for one night here and there, just have things that are full of nutrients and health benefits. I can do that. But there are also many ways to eat healthy and tasty. So don't get me wrong. You just have to make sure you do research and actually try. And it's not all expensive. When people say eating healthy is expensive, it's not true. Maybe eating organic all the time is probably a little bit more pricey if it's not easily accessible. Like for me, it's not. There's only a few things I can get that are organic. Other things I just have to get and just pray and just, bless this food. There's not, unfortunately, it's the life that we live in. And in the future, growing my own food will definitely be part of my life. But for the moment, I get what I can get and I do the best with what I have. With that being said, I've had to reduce alcohol, like I said earlier, with the drunkenness. So it's not even just for a major part is because I want to walk a righteous path as much as I can. I'm not perfect, I never will be, but I definitely want to do the right thing. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to drink. I love drinking and I've been drinking for years and I've done stupid things drunk for years and I've had enough of that. So for many reasons, I've cut drinking down. But health reasons, health. It's called a spirit for a reason. That spirit is the devil, okay? So reducing alcohol is so important. And it also limits belly fat. I mean, who doesn't want less belly fat? I know I do. That doesn't mean cut it out completely. I will never ever say that because you will see me at dinner with a passion fruit martini and I may even order two. But that's because I'm having it at dinner. It's something I look forward to. I have things to look forward to. In my calendar right now, every weekend I have something to look forward to for the rest of November, which isn't ideal because I'm supposed to be saving money, but I have ways around that. I'm not going to be spending that much money. However, I have things to look forward to. I know I'm going to these dinners, so I'm not going to be drinking any other time. If someone invites me for a drink after work, no, I'm good. I have plans. I have plans to drink. And even those drinks, there's going to be like 2-3 drinks like over the weekends. It's not going to be that much, but I have plans. Also, maybe I'll have a dessert some of those weekends because I'll be out to dinner. Maybe not, because I'm not really a big, I do love a dessert, but I never really get desserts at restaurants. I don't know why, but I do have a sweet tooth when I'm home. Anyway, yeah, I probably won't get dessert, but I will indulge in some other foods, maybe more fried foods, maybe more fatty, more carby foods that I don't have when I'm at home. So I have things to look forward to. And I always say that have things to look forward to. Maybe you have a trip in 3 months and you want to work out for that and you want to eat healthy for that, and then also, you're going to indulge when you get there. Maybe you have a few engagements, over the next couple of weeks, like I do, so you're going to indulge. So the rest of the week you can be strict. You can be focused on yourself because you know that you have other things to look forward to. You don't need to indulge. That can help you create more self-discipline, because that's what it really takes, self-discipline. One of the main ways that I help myself in this journey of health and fitness is when I go shopping, I don't buy snacks. I don't buy snacks. I just kind of go around and buy the things that I need and the things that I know are good. Very, very rarely I'll go and buy chocolate or something like that. What I am a sucker for is pancakes, but I do love pancakes with maple syrup and blueberries. When I'm shopping, I am mindful to only purchase things that are good. Because if I stock my house with things that are good, when I'm home and I'm craving something, half the time I'm too lazy to be going to the shop. When you're eating well and you're going to the gym, or you're actually having fitness be a main part of your life, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel so good. And that's what you have to remember. When you wake up those mornings and you don't want to go to the gym, or you don't want to work out, you're going to feel good. Just trust me. There's no better feeling than being like, oh, I didn't really want to go. And then going and being like, oh my God, I did it. When it comes to working out, you don't have to work out so hard or so much. Just start small. Start small. I started going for like 20 minutes, half an hour, but I went nearly every day. I'm just going to go for 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'm going to pass the shops and get my water and other bits that I need to get, so I blended it in with my errands. I made it easy for myself because I knew that it wasn't really what I wanted to do. But I started to find love in it. Like, now I want to go gym. Like, I actually want to. And when I don't, it actually is very annoying when I can't, or whatever reason, maybe work or whatever it is. So I made it easy for myself. I start small. They always say this: make small goals. So many people fail in things because they make big goals that aren't realistic to them. Know yourself, and make goals that will be easy for yourself to at least follow. Because going every day for 20 minutes, or going 5 times a week for 20 minutes, or even going 3 times a week for 20 minutes is better than not going at all. And like I said, it makes you feel good. I've lost 19 pounds and I have so much pride in myself right now because I'm committed to something. Just to know that, wow, I'm doing something that's actually working. The fifth habit that changed my life is having a habit. Rituals, mastering those daily rituals, committing and staying with a routine. Oh my God, having a routine is so important. I now have a bedtime. I have a bedtime, and it's literally phone away across the room. My phone goes across the room. I like to listen to slow, smooth jazz when I sleep. So that goes on at 10. 10 is my bedtime at the moment. I could bring it down, but 10 is good for me because a lot of good things happen at 9. It stops me from scrolling, being attached to my phone, and it allows my brain to rest. And even when I lay in bed and maybe I don't fall asleep for 15 minutes, 20 minutes if I'm having a bit of a uneasy, because I usually do fall asleep quite quickly. But if I am having a lot of things on my head, it just allows me to just be with myself. I do my nightly prayer, and then I just relax and I listen to the soft jazz, and I melt away. Or if I've got things on my head, I just talk to myself and evaluate anything, and it's just time for myself. It's early enough that I can have 20 minutes of thinking or whatever, and then I go to bed, and then I'm well rested. Do you know how important sleep is? Oh my God. I think we take sleep for granted. We really do. I have a bedtime, and then because of my schedule at the moment with the job that I'm working on, my core time it varies basically. So I try and have a wake up time, a gym time, a water time, a tea time, because I'm big on my herbal teas, and I make my own teas with ginger, turmeric, and cloves. So I do that. So I have times that I take these things, that I drink these things. I have a routine, and that helps me to stay committed. Having a structure that you follow helps you to achieve your goals. And implementing these 5 steps that I've given you today, like I said, is going to be a lifestyle change. So it's going to become part of your daily ritual. Being able to tackle these 5 steps is being able to tackle a routine and to commit to a routine. So this is how I live the majority of my life. And I say majority because I'm human and there might be times where I come off path a little bit, but I always get back on. This is my life now. And it's helped me with so many different things. It's helped me with mental clarity, making better choices. It's helped with my creativity. I'm so much more creative right now. So much more creative. And I've always been a creative person. I work in the TV industry. But now my mind and my ideas, I'm telling you, it's because I have a structure to my life. It's because I've implemented these healthy habits. I'm more kind. I find myself more kind and more thoughtful because I have more time to think about these things. I have more time to be a better sister, a better friend, a better daughter. Like I feel myself, and I know I've been a better daughter to my mum recently. I can feel it in our relationship, and I feel like it's because I'm relaxing. I have a structure. I have a God that I've kind of put my worries and anxieties on. I'm eating well, and these things are nourishing my mind, my body. I'm reducing negative mind feed, and this is helping me be a better person to the people around me that I love. And it's given me more motivation. Like I have more motivation to get up in the morning. But there's been times, and still happens now, when I'm very, very tired. The alarm will go off and you're rolling around and you're having these moments. But nowadays, it's a case of my alarm goes off and I get up because I know what I'm living for. I know what I've got to do. And I'm actually excited about it because I'm seeing results. I'm feeling different. I'm feeling better. You have to commit to something a little bit and allow the results to come. Don't rush it. Look, I am the most impatient person you will meet. Well, hopefully not now anymore, but I have been very impatient in my life. But I've had to learn how to wait for the results. Stick to something, stick to it, because otherwise you'll never see the results. And then you'll be like, oh, it doesn't work. It does work. It's just that you never did it long enough to be able to see the results. And I'm someone that also suffers with anxiety. With my Graves' disease came anxiety. And I feel like it's something that still lingers in my life now. And sticking to these habits have helped with my anxiety immensely. Immensely. I think 2 months ago, before I knuckled back down on my routine and my daily rituals and really solidified it, I was having panic attacks and I was calling my sister in the middle of the night and I was just having these anxiety moments. And that's because my life was everywhere. I had stopped putting faith on these things that I knew were working. And I was quickly reminded that I need to jump back with my healthy habits. So I really hope these habits help you as much as they have helped me. And if you have any other habits that you think have been impactful in your life, please share in the comments below. Like I say all the time, this is a learning platform. Let's all learn together. Let's all grow together. There's nothing that will make me more happy than to see some of you in the future and we're just winning together. Let's win together. Please like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to keep supporting me, and if I'm helping you in any way, shape or form, I would really appreciate the support. Until next time, bye friends.